Hey, what's up? The Cabinet Vision guy here, Andrew Reeby. So I wanted to show off how to create a simple material filter. You can use this for any kind of job filter that you want inside of a job. So what we're going to want to do is take this data table and we're going to want to create a simple filter that will filter out by whatever material we select at runtime of the report. So to do that, we're going to have our data table set up so that we have material ID, material name, and you can see it's a pretty simple SQL. We've imported data from the CreateMaterial database. So next we have to create a regular a material table that'll allow us to select from. So we're going to add a new table. And we're just going to hit plus and get that and just be finished. And we're going to name this, we're going to call this job material list. And let's change this. We'll go select cxmaterial.id, cxmaterial.name from cxmaterial inner join parts on cxmaterial.id equals parts.materialID. If you don't know what that means, basically what we did is we're taking the material ID and material name from the CreateMaterial database. And the inner join, what that's going to do is it's going to limit it so that only materials that are in the job, that are in the parts list, are shown. So now if I refresh this and I take a look at it, you'll see I've got a bunch of repeated items. So to fix that, we're actually going to go back to our SQL, and right after our select statement, we're going to type in distinct. That allows the database engine to say only show it once. If it's already shown, don't worry about it. So if I refresh it again and go there, now we can see I've only got the material names once. So let's go back here and we'll make one more modification. We'll say order by, and we'll do cxmaterial.name ascending. Refresh, click it, and there we go. Now it's oh, did I not? There we go. Now it's in a ascending order based off of the name of the material. That'll be easier for us to use in our list later on. So I had just created this report, which means there's no back end to it. So I'm going to hit close, and now it brought it down to there. We're gonna hit next through all of these, and bring this up here. There we go. So we're going to add a new table, and that is going to be our data table. For the items, we're going to select description, width, length, and name. The name is actually the cxmaterial.name, not the part name. We're going to hit OK, and you can see we've got that right there. Let's go ahead and group the pieces together. So I will double click on the table. Oh, brought it down here. All right, I'm going to go to the group header, and I'm going to group by data.materialID, and then we're going to go here and say that it should be parts.name. Sorry, data.name. So that I get just a easy group header for that material. And if I save this and then preview it, you can see I've got my header, I've got all my parts under each material. So pretty simple and nice. But again, we want to be able to create a filter that pops up whenever this runs. So we're going to click Design Report. I'm going to go to Project and click on Report Parameter. We are going to then create a new parameter, and let's give it a new name. At parameter 1 is no good. And we don't have to type the at, I believe. Maybe we do. We'll say at material filter. Now the available values, we're going to change this to from data source. And you see it's found the data because it basically looked in alphabetical order, but we're going to change it to job material list. And the field for value is going to stay at jobmateriallist.id. That's fine because we're going to use that in our filter later to filter out by the material ID. But the material ID doesn't mean anything to you and me, so we need to change the displayed value, and we need to make it jobmateriallist.name. What it's going to do there is it's going to say, okay, for ID 107, display 3/4 two-sided alt reply as the text. So that's great. And what we need to do now is also allow multi-selection. So I'm going to say yes to that. And we can, for our help, we can, in the description, we can say included materials. And under help text, we can say, please select the materials we want to see in the report. You'll notice that the description had to be in single or double quotes while the help text didn't. Just something to remember. If you put single or double quotes in the help text, it will actually show up in there. And we're done with that. We're going to hit OK. And before we get done with this, we're going to go and select our table data, and we're going to find our filter. All right, and we're going to select formula. So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to return a true or false here. So we will return, let's see, we'll go data.materialID equals @materialFilter. So what that does is @materialFilter is going to return an array of results, however many items we check off. And after that, once we do that, it's going to look here and say, is the data.materialID equal to it? Since it's one material ID, you'd think it would throw some kind of error, but no, what it does is it checks all the items that are checked off to determine if the material ID is actually in that. So we're going to hit OK. We're going to save this, close this, and now you can see included materials equals empty. I'm going to drop down here and I'm going to select one item. I'm going to select my 1/2" solid maple. Notice it is all the materials only in this job, not all the materials in your database. So I'll do the 1/2" solid maple and hit OK. All right, and there we go. So if I want to view this again or re-show that box right now, we have to review the report. And we can select all, or select, let's say, all of the wood materials and hit OK. And there we go. Now you can see I've got only the wood materials in here. So this will allow you to create a really dynamic filtered report. And you can create that filter for anything. You can create it so that it only shows certain parts. And every time you get it, it's going to prompt you. Like for instance, if I wanted to do a filter by material and by parts, it'll prompt me and prompt me again. So that's basically how you do that. Pretty simple and straightforward. You can see it only took us a couple of minutes to get that done. And if you have any questions, feel free to post it on eSupport and let us know.